when we came to realize that the churches will be closed, our intention was we need to keep connect with the people. They would be wanting their spiritual welfare, and we need to take worship to them. Also, the number of programs that were happening here, we need to bring it alive to them in their homes so that they feel still connected with the church. And thirdly, we had people going through various hardships, struggles, and therefore we needed to see how we can best reach out to them when they were struggling.
This is the Church on the Frontline with Bishop Allwyn D'Souza.
My dear friends, welcome to another episode of Church on the Frontline. During the pandemic, various individuals, various groups responded in a very creative and meaningful way. Today we will see how a parish responded holistically during the pandemic, how they reached out to the suffering and to the marginalized. My dear friends, kindly give us your opinion about Church on the Frontline.
The whole reflection went on with the reading of Pope Francis's reflection on the pandemic. He started by saying, we are all caught up by the storm and we are wondering when it will end. And his last line really touched me. We are all caught up in the tombs by a fright, by not knowing what the future is. Someone will have to roll the tombstone. And this is where I reflected that as a parish team and as parish collaborators, we need to roll the tombstone so that we come alive to the people in spite of the lockdown and the pandemic. And so there were three areas that we needed to kind of get across to our people. One is worship, second is certain programs, and the third is outreach services. We had our parish communication cell well in place, and with the collaboration of the other associations, we had masses online streamed every day right from March 2020 till now. Weekday masses, Sunday masses, and then through that masses, we catechized the people on various subjects. Various prayer services were also held. For example, people in despair or people waiting for their exams to be held. We had prayer services coming across to them, also holy hours. We also had a These prayer service so that the students could best prepare themselves to face the exams in the uncertainties, that is online or offline. They were going through tremendous stress. Rosary was conducted online by our various communities. And also we had certain services coming across on various topics like St. Anthony's feast and other services relating to the various feasts. And this is how we kept the worship alive with our parishioners. Secondly, we felt that we needed to kind of keep in touch with our parishioners with many programs. St. Anthony's Wakula is a living example of programs right through the year, and people are kept alive and active through the programs, whether it be for the children, youth, parents and adults. We didn't want this to die out just because of the lockdown. And therefore we had programs for children in Faith Academy, by the Sunday school, various programs during the holiday season like Bible vacation, all live streaming, and various programs by which they can interact and send their reactions, their comments at the end of the day. Then we had for the youth, a number of people coming and telling us how to cope with the situation and how the youth can enhance their skills. With respect to parents, we had programs regarding health issues so that they can take simple measures to combat the coronavirus. Also, we had leadership skills programs for our working youth so that they can add on to their skills, and during the lockdown when they were unemployed or less employed, they could do something to gainfully employ themselves. For the senior citizens, we came across to them in fun, laughter, also with a prayer service, and after that keep themselves alive in spite of the depressing situation that surrounded them. These were the various activities that we conducted that otherwise would be with physical presence, but this time all online or live streaming. The third aspect of parish outreach is to see how our people were struggling and find out ways and means by which we could reach out to them. We had a number of activities, for example, dry rations given to them, food programs given to them in collaboration with the Center for Social Action or other agencies of the BMC. That was one thing. Secondly, we came across people with huge bills that they could not pay, whether it was electricity bill, rent bill, or medical bill. So we tied up with the chemists here and told them, with our signature, you go there and get all your medical supplies without paying a rupee because the church will foot the bill. So they were so very relieved. In terms of getting them admission to the hospitals in times of need, our youth and various other volunteers tried to help them in various ways. Community Center reached out in its own way to domestic workers, women burdened with no income coming in, and empowerment programs were in place. For example, several skills were imparted to them, and also we invested in machinery with the help of the loan from the banks so that the women could come and do little things and sell, which would give them the added income. So this was women empowering themselves. Besides that, we had various programs for the men and other people struggling. Mainly we were concerned that they should not go to bed hungry. We had a community fridge here so people could give their food here and we would distribute it in the evening. And besides food, we also did not want to let them go into a depression. So we had a counselor here on phone so people could ring the counselor and get some advice so that they do not get into depression. So various programs like this were outreach services by the parish. So we not only catered to worship, we not only catered to online programs for every section of the people, but we reached out to people in need when they needed us the most. The parish wanted to connect itself with the 18,000 parishioners, and we have a large number of children, youth, adults, and senior citizens. To all these people, we reached out to them. We have a gallery here showing photographs of all that we did right from March 2020 till today, in spite of the pandemic. This is to give an idea that, we can be hopeful that there is a positivity that the lockdown will not kind of pull us down, but we can keep ourselves alive. And to conclude, as Pope Francis said, who will roll away the tombstones? All of us have been able to kind of gather our strength to roll away the tombstone so that the power of the Lord comes across through this parish to our people. Come, join the church on the front line.
This is the Church on the Frontline with Bishop Allwyn de Silva.